Imagine this. You're driving down I-75, heading to Disney World with your family. It's your vacation. Everyone's wearing their seatbelt. You're driving the speed limit. You've checked your tires. You've done everything you can do to make sure that your family's safe. When suddenly, bang, you hear a loud noise from the rear of the vehicle. You lose control of the vehicle. Sometimes your vehicle may roll over, but you're in a horrible crash and someone is catastrophically injured or killed. And it turns out that the reason that happened was because of something called a tread separation. Now, tread separation happens because today's tires are steel-belted radials. It's two steel belts, one on top of the other, coated with rubber. And over time, because of a design defect or a manufacturing defect, or sometimes because the tire's too old, it separates. And it happens at highway speeds instantly when you don't expect it. And even if you do everything right, even if you hold the wheel straight, don't slam on the brakes, it can still sometimes cause your vehicle to lose control and end up in a terrible crash. So why does that happen? Well, one thing is sometimes the tires aren't designed well. Sometimes they're designed cheaply, or a manufacturer has skimped out on certain component parts, making the tire more susceptible to a tread separation over time. Another reason that you can have a tread separation is a dirty little secret that most consumers don't know about, which is that tires have a shelf life. They expire after 6 years. There's a secret code on the side that the manufacturers don't want you to know about, but that if you leave the tire, especially as the tire ages in southern states, it's just like a rubber band that you leave on the sidewalk in the summer. When you try to stretch it after it's been exposed to oxygen and heat over time, the rubber deteriorates, it breaks, and with a tire at highway speed, it can be disastrous. So what do you need to do? There's two things. First of all, if you or your family have this happen, or if you're a consumer advocate or an attorney and have a client, make sure the vehicle's preserved. Don't let the vehicle be sold by the insurance company and crushed. Make sure that you get a photographer, and even better, a survey team out to the scene where the crash happened to document where all the evidence is, and, for example, most importantly, where that tread is found, because the tread is a hugely important piece of evidence. And second of all, be aware that there are time limits that apply to these cases. There's something called a statute of limitations that, for example, here in Florida is 4 years, but other states have much shorter limits. And there's also sometimes with the product liability case, something called a statute of repose that deals with whether the lawsuit can be brought because of the age of the product or the tire itself. So be aware of these things because these cases are important. They're important to make sure that an injured family has the opportunity to have compensation through the civil justice system, but equally important because lawsuits and product liability cases are the economic incentives that we constitutionally have in this country to make sure that manufacturers have an incentive, an economic incentive, to make products safe. And so that through these cases, we can not only protect consumers and their families, but hopefully in years to come, continue to make tires safer so that we can avoid these kind of things in years to come.